Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. How are you? Good to see you. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for being here. It's the middle of the week already. Here we are, ready to go for another fantastic day. I'm still buzzing after yesterday, to be honest with you. Hashtag professional knitter now. I've even brought my knitting here. I've never thought this would happen. I have got knitting in my bag. It's by the side of me, so if at any point today, you know, Craig's in a longer demo that doesn't need my input, I'll probably get my knitting out. I've got a scarf to make, for goodness sake. But that was obviously yesterday. Today we have got two fantastic shows for you. Beautiful Beginnings a little bit later on. In Beautiful Beginnings we've got an embossing starter kit, which I think you're going to absolutely love. We're also going to be looking at the Majestic Unicorns, got the full collection there, and a whole host of other goodies. We've also got partial embossing folders for you too. And our launch, which is coming up, is also embossing folder led. Brand new Sheena embossing folders, which I think you are going to love. If embossing is your love within craft, you had a brilliant day yesterday and you're going to have a brilliant day today. Of course, over the course of Wake Up Call, we are going to preview as much as we can of the two shows. And yes, he is back. You'll be pleased to know the one and only Mr. Hottie Scotty himself, Craig Laird. How are you, sir? How was your day? Were you off yesterday or were you working from home?
So technically it was a day off, but I end up working.
Yeah.
I always end up working. I was just getting bits of prep done for today's show. Absolutely, as Ben was saying there before, cracking day yesterday.
So good, wasn't it?
I was watching, so good. You done well because I was winding you up in the comments last night as well. You were doing really well and you were just reading out, you know, the ones that you could read out. But yeah, really good launch we've got.
Because just to let you into a secret, because obviously you can comment along like you guys do on Facebook and YouTube, but he jumps into the chat where I get the comments fed through from Radical. He just jumps straight in there and starts like typing all sorts. So I have to kind of fish through the filter. You
have to filter them. Yeah. Filter them. And you've done well filtering them.
Thank you.
But yeah, really good day yesterday, of course, with Penny, but then of course with the launch date. And I'm going to say this now. I know, of course, we had the 3D folder launch yesterday, which are just superb. What we've got is we've got another mini little range of embossing folders, 3D embossing folders with dies from, of course, the incredibly talented Sheena. What's really lovely is it's just like a really mini little collection. So it's going to be really good budget-wise for so many people. I'm going to show you them in simple form within Wake Up Call, because let me tell you, the detail, it looks as though you've actually used an air dry clay mould. That's how incredible they are on white card. Then launch day later on, we'll get inky, we'll get the gilding wax, we'll emboss, we will then cut, we will do all of that when it comes to the launch later on today.
Yeah, they are phenomenal and you would expect nothing less. So getting nice and early. I know from what producer Nicholas said in my ear that already you guys are buying the Showstopper. The options to buy the two sets are also available individually and they are also very busy. A few quick hellos and then we'll get into it. We've got Lois with us in Ohio. Hello. Radical Rachel on the socials today. RM Frazina says, good morning all. Double trouble on the agenda today.
Yeah.
Double trouble?
Double trouble.
I don't know what you mean. Julie joins us from Ipswich. Hello, Trudy in Florida. Melanie D in Florida. Love to Create LC says good morning from Florida.
Good morning.
Kathy Green joins us from Mechanicsburg. Whoop, whoop, whoop. She says good morning, Ben and Craig. Excited for the shows today.
Good.
Laurie's in Arizona saying wakey, crafty friends. Terry H says good morning all from crazy weather, central Iowa. Right now we're having thunder snow. I don't even know what that is.
Thunder snow.
Thunder and snow.
I think it is, yeah.
Thunder snow.
Thunder and snow. Yeah.
Rain later today, a blizzard. Hopefully the electricity stays on so I can watch CCTV.
Hope so.
Well, make sure you charge, if you've got a tablet or phone, get that charged up just in case the electricity does go. Yeah. Colleen's in Florida. Hello, Colleen. And Nana Kim in North Carolina.
Hola.
Pamela says, Craig, your Mother's Day tutorial is so beautiful. If any of you have not yet seen it, check it out. It's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you very much. I've actually got it just across there. I'll show you later on. I've got another one as well. I'm going to go live on my YouTube probably in the next couple of days or so, Mother's Day ones. But thank you for that. It's lovely of you to say.
Linda Sadler says, good morning, Ben, Craig, and everyone from Pennsylvania. Ben, how is your knitting going? Steady, slowly. I'll show you what I've done maybe later on in the show. Trudy says, can't wait to see the finished scarf. I'm hopeful I'll have it done by
2 years' time?
Yeah, maybe 2027. I can do it. It's just no speed. But it's not always about speed, is it?
It's not.
It's about the process.
It's not. It's about learning.
Yeah.
And it's of course about, you know, the stitch that you learn, because there's quite a lot of stitches or stitch names, isn't there?
Yeah, because I'm just doing like your basic like knit stitch, and then yesterday Penny was going on about like knit one, purl one, and I wasn't doing the purl. I'm just doing the knit.
It's funny, going off topic ever so slightly. I don't know any pennies, and I don't know of any pennies, but of course I do watch The Big Bang Theory.
I don't watch that.
Or do you not watch that? So I just think of, you got nice. I just think of, can we say you're in the gallery? Yeah, you can. We've got Charlotte in the gallery.
Do special guest?
Yes, special guest today. So many of you will recognise Charlotte from my socials, from helping out at Hobbymaker as well. So she's in there with Nicola and Jamie. So she was just saying she loves The Big Bang Theory. So yes, I think when you were saying Penny yesterday, I just kept thinking of like Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory knocking at the door.
I obviously need to tune in and watch that. Another TV show that I need to catch up on. I just love Rachel's comment before we move, saying Craig nearly got removed from the WhatsApp group yesterday. Ha 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 ha.
Do you know something?
Cheeky.
I could tell, because whenever I do stuff like that, Rachel reacts to it with like laughing emojis. There was none. That's why I was like, yeah, Rachel's getting annoyed here. I'm getting annoyed. Johnny said earlier on, he says, oh mate, just for a second. I thought, oh, here we go. This is it. Yeah. This is me getting into trouble for putting it in the WhatsApp group.
He's getting a little bit sassy yesterday, but it's fine. It's all done with love. Here's the website. So if you need to shop with us, there it is. It's crafterscompanion.com if you're in the US, .co.uk if you're in the UK, or .eu if you're shopping in Europe. Loads on there. You can have a look and shop the National Craft Month sale, currently doing discounts for you across Softcraft. NCM Soft 40 is the code. It's there on the website if you didn't quite catch that, but loads of deals as far as Softcraft is concerned. So we've actually listed all of the product that you can get that code on as well. So it just makes it nice and easy for you to fish through. So you know what, maybe you were inspired yesterday by Penny and Emma from Wool Couture, and now you're thinking, oh yeah, I'd quite like to get back into Softcraft. There's loads of goodies for you there. Yeah, lots of kits for you as well, which is quite nice. Lots of other Softcraft goodies for you at a discounted price, and even further discounted then when you use that code on top. And listen, you know, it's Mother's Day a week on Sunday, so if you've got home in the UK, of course, I know in the US it's obviously later on in May, but if you're looking maybe for little gifts for mum, she's into a Softcraft, I'm sure you will find something right there. Hi to Corinne Collins, who says thunder snow is a wet, heavy snow. Well, there you go. No thunder snow here today. We've got sunshine, blue skies, about 8 or 9 degrees. It's actually the official first day of spring tomorrow, and I see finally we're going to get like about 14, 15 degrees Thursday and Friday, so that is all good. Right, let me show you the mathematics on all of this, and I'll get Craig to show you the boards and some finished samples with the brand new goodies. But this is the 3D embossing folder and die 8-piece showstopper. As was yesterday, we've obviously got more of the embossing folder and dies for you, the new launch available, but we've only got a finite number of showstoppers. Basically, with this, these are the 2 new folders, which Craig will show you more detail in just a second. You've got the beautiful fish, and then you've also got the timeless tree in there as well. We'll go through that in more detail in just a second. Everything else that you're getting here is actually £5 or $5, and it's, well, the content, this is where it's ridiculous. The content of the goodie bag is £39 or 53 bucks, right? Then you look at the price that you're actually paying, £24 or 32 bucks. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Well, basically, as we always do here, just giving stuff away. We are our own worst enemies. But the stuff that you're getting for an extra £5, so you've got the Thankful stamp and die set. You've got the Written in Feathers sentiment set, some really cool, funky sentiments in there. Those are obviously the 2 brand new embossing folders and dies, which Craig will show you in more detail in just a second. The Vintage Corner 8-piece die set, which is absolutely stunning. And then you've got 2 of our pens. So you've got one of our tricolour aquas there. That one is your Garden Majesty, obviously watercolour. And then you've got one of our tricolour brush pens as well. The Reflective Pool in the Burgundy Barrel. £24 or $32 for all of that. But if you want the added extras, you do need to be quick because, as I say, I think we had 300 of these to start with. We've got about 225 of them left already. So you're going to have to be super quick. It's going to be another busy day because when you see them in full detail, you're going to fall in love. Because as you said, Craig, there's embossing folders, there's 3D embossing folders, and then there's these.
There is as well. Yeah, absolutely epic. You'll see that. Just to put it in perspective, that frame die on its own is $16.99 or $19.95 on its own. So it's just wow. But let's have a look at these ones here because you've got Balance and Tranquility. Now, this is the most popular one out the two of them here individually. Now, the detail and the depth is second to none. Absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to show you just shortly them within white cardstock. What you've actually got, although we have die cut them out, you do get the dies. So if I just bring in the die for that one, and this is where, maybe you're familiar with that kind of concept. If not, I'll talk you through. You can use the folder on its own or die cut out your cardstock or your medium and then die cut that out and then you can layer it up and emboss it if you want to. So that one being your Balance and Tranquility. And then you've got the Tree of Life.
That's incredible.
Now, isn't it absolutely phenomenal? Now, this is where, as I said before, you can start to layer up, get more depth in there if you want to, but you can do resist effects, you can do your blending, you can do your inking over the top. You can do all of that, and we'll show you lots of techniques later on within launch day. I've got lots and lots of demos planned, but I love the fact that you can use one or the other or use them both. Let's look at these ones here. So whether you're going to be coming along within all of your inks. Now, these samples have been brought from Sheena's design team. So thank you very much.
That's incredible.
That. Isn't that fab?
That needs to be framed, not on a card. That needs to be on a wall.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
Buy a beautiful, inexpensive frame and do that for sure.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Going over with either your varnishes or your clear embossing powders, you can then use that one. What about going in with your purples and then things like your fuchsias and that? You can do that. Go with the dark tones on the back, bright colours on the front. Another one with kind of like the bright varnish on the front, but going in with your gilded wax to the back there. Really, really funky fish. Then you've also got that more just kind of muted tones, dulling it down just slightly, going for more of like the traditional goldfish colour, so to speak. And then, of course, going in with the pastel tones. This is exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Lisa Beachman has done that. Just to say, we've got Pamela's been getting creative. We've also then got Debbie as well, Debs. We've also Pamela again. So I do want to, and Debbie as well, do want to give a shout out to Sheena's design team as I'm going through. That one there was Debbie that had done that.
Debbie Durrant.
Yes, that's it, exactly.
Brilliant.
Then, look at that one there. That one, also by Debbie there. How cool is that? Now think of what Sarah showed you yesterday, the gilded wax, your gold and your silvers together. Mix them together, fussy cut, you can fussy cut them out, but then look at the Tree of Life that you've got. Now, all of these, Ben, have been used by embossing the base, embossing the die cut and layering it over the top. But of course, you don't have to.
No.
You can use them both individually if you want to.
the colours on that.
The colours are epic. But then also using this top part of the Tree of Life as your corners as well. So look to see how else you can use them. This is exquisite within this one here that Pamela's made. But what she's done, she's kind of rounded them. So going in either with glue gel and foam pads, just round that over, going in with your teals, your mints, your duck egg blues, and then going over the top with your gilded wax. Same kind of concept, this one, from Pamela, but just changing the colours. Do all the inky backgrounds. What you already know and learn, you've learnt from Sheena over the years, start to then bring those in, then going in darker tones. How cool is that?
These are all exceptional, aren't they?
All exceptional. Cherry pick little sections out here with your antique markers, metallic markers, and then, you know, this one here. In the most respectful way, the most simplest of form, but absolutely beautiful and striking. Black card, silver gilded wax, and that is it. Notice as well, quite like a lot of mine, no sentiments on them.
No.
You can absolutely put your sentiments on there, but I feel, certainly with this range, the way it's been designed and created, You don't have to. Completely optional. We are going to play within Wake Up Call. Then later on in launch day, I've got a load of demos all lined up, and we're going to show you different techniques.
Do you know what? I think your best way to shop today is shop the day, because obviously Craig was alluding to a few of the different ways that those cards were put together there. Talked about gilding waxes. We've got those on the shop today. 25% off individual gilding waxes today. So we've got Antique Empire and also the Renaissance Gold and the Silver. So you'll get a quarter. You'll get a quarter off those. Talked about matte black cardstock. That is also on shop today on a buy two, get one free. Talked about the beautiful colours. We've got a 9-piece water reactive ink pad set. Again, across the show, you've got everything that Craig's already talked about there so that you can recreate some of those cards and obviously recreate the demos that you'll be seeing with Craig today. So the deals are kind of split across launch day and beautiful beginnings, so probably the best thing to do, shop the day and you'll see everything right there. Already loads of people oohing and ahhing on the socials. Jen says the Tree of Life is stunning. What's your favourite? Let me know in the comments. I know the showstoppers proved very popular. We sold about another 3 or 4 of those just as Craig was talking through there, but I also know people are going for the sets individually. I think the Tree was just in the lead individually, but let us know which ones you love the best. And also must just say good morning to Shazza Maynard. Shazza, I finally got your video off my Facebook page, which I think you left last week. I've sent it off to our production team, and hopefully that will be appearing on Crafters TV very soon as one of our craftimonials, so thank you for that. Any more, let me know, or send those in onto my Facebook page and we'll get those on TV. But she says, hi everyone, finished my March 10k swim this morning. That is exceptional. A 10k swim, Shazza. She says, I've raised £603 for Cancer Research UK. Well, that is amazing, and many congratulations. Was that a sea swim, Shazza, or were you doing that in a swimming pool? Let me know, but whichever way, 10k swim, fantastic. Cancer Research, well done you, that's brilliant. And Colleen says, good morning Colleen, she says, this reminds me of the Tree of Life at the Animal Kingdom at Disney World.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I was lucky enough to go there with an ex and her family. Yeah. So I don't think about it much. But I do remember going to, Animal Kingdom. And oh my God, yeah, that Tree of Life is just phenomenal. It really does. Now that you've said that, it really, really does.
Oh dear, and I wish I'd not started to read this out now. Rachel says, I love the tree. My first cat was called Yggdrasil, which, I don't know, which is the Norse Tree of Life name. Well, how do you pronounce that? Yggdrasil. 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 Yggdrasil.
Is that a typo?
I don't know. It's the Norse Tree of Life name, apparently. I'm sure Rachel will tell me in a second. She'll probably help me out.
Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil?
Yggdrasil. You sound Scottish then. Well, you are Scottish.
Well, maybe.
Oh, hang on. Oh, Yggdrasil. It's not a typo. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yggdrasil. Well, there you go. I find that we learn all sorts of new stuff here each and every day.
That's
something
yes.
I never knew.
And if Rachel didn't already not like me after yesterday, then she definitely does it now after saying it was a typo when it's not. Sorry, Rachel.
Should we get into some demos? Over the course of this show, I know Beautiful Beginnings Tonight is the show, obviously, where we ask for all the questions, but you are free to ask questions at any point. Anything you want to know about the collection, anything you want to know about embossing in general, then please do let us know. Ash, I'll go through everything again after this first demo because we've just done it, but stick with us 10 minutes. I'll go through it all. Let's see what Craig is going to cook up for us, though.
Let's do it. What I've got, Ben, is I've just got some Centura Pearl. I've also got some gold satin cardstock. Let's simply just run them through to start with. Yeah. So I'm going to do just the folders. I'm not going to do the dies. We'll do it just after, but I want you to see the detail. Now, with these Sheena folders and dies, these are 4x6 and they are 3D. I'm going to say they're like 3D plus because they really are exceptional. Now, I'm going to go in and we'll just quickly talk. I know Sarah talked you through 3 embossing folders yesterday, but on one side you've got all of your rays or your your deboss side, so the detail goes into the folder, and then on this side, the opposite side, you've got all the detail that's raised upwards.
Yeah.
So you want the detail that's raising upwards. So we're going to take our card with the shiny side or the coating side that you want also facing upwards, and I have then come along, cut that to 4x6. So I'm going to then sit this in. Now, you can take out a shim if you want to, but because it's 3D, I still keep in that normal plate configuration. Base plate, magnetic, and then frosted shim.
Okay.
Because it really does make it look like this has been some sort of air dry clay sort of mold, and you've gone in and then you've just prized that clay in. If I bring this one in here and then open it up.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Look at that. So if I turn that one around and then start to tilt it and dip it, and I'm going to keep that still for a moment while Jamie goes in deep. And if I start to turn that around, I mean, it really is exceptional. And if you think that one's exceptional, wait until you see that tree of life as well. Because it's the kind of the branches, the leaves, lots and lots and lots of different depth. So I'm going to do the same here. Well, tell you what, let's do one at a time. Let me do this one within the mirror card.
Yeah.
So this is satin gold card. Same again, we're going to go in and then we're going to then just place that on the base with our magnetic top plate. What I would do is, if you were watching Sarah yesterday and she used the MIDI, I would also do a shim of cardstock as well to really enhance it. You don't have to, but to really get the best out of these designs, I would absolutely do that.
So these will go through the MIDI as well, won't they?
The MIDI, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that.
I mean, look at that one there. So yeah, Ben, if you're doing it through the MIDI, do what Sarah done yesterday and add that shim of cardstock.
So it's just one sheet of cardstock.
Just one sheet of cardstock, absolutely. And look at that. Absolutely incredible when it comes to even just a satin. So that's not mirror, that's just satin. So that is, of course, our balance and tranquility. So let's go in, same colours. I've not even used the dies yet. I've just shown you the folders. And I'm going to do the same again. Now, we've got our detail race side here. So let's go in. Always remember, follow what Debbie Robinson will always tell you. And if that is that you don't want the crinkled edges, the torn edges, cut your cardstock to the size of your folder, or even just a tiny little bit less, and that will stop that. Run that one through, nothing different. These will, of course, work with any die cutting machine, size dependent, of course. You'll just need to check the manufacturer guide for 3D folders.
And these, Carol's asking, these are 4x6, aren't they?
4x6.
Yeah.
4x6. This one is second to none. So if I tilt it that way and then go in, this is as if it's been like air dry clay that's gone into a mould. And I tried to have a rough count the other day, Ben. There's got to be about 6 individual layers in this one here.
Yeah.
Because it's phenomenal. And then think about all your different letter presses that you can then start to do. But then what we can do is let's go in. So I think maybe, Ben, is it worthwhile? I'll do this one and then throw back to you any comments. And then when we come back to me, I'll show you how the dies work with the folders. Will we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. And remember, we've got 2 hours later on where we're going to, I say play, we are going to play, but I've got demos all set up ready. So we'll actually do finished projects. But look at this one here. If I open this up, look
come on.
that. I'm sorry. I have seen some incredible 3D embossing folders, including yesterday's. But what Shayna's done, designed within these ones, are phenomenal. You've got the depth there. And then, of course, yes, you can start to do your individual fussy cutting. But then when we come back just shortly, I'll show you how you can then use the dies. Because it's just about same concept, but you just need to then just align them up on the image.
I mean, that is incredible, isn't it? And when you think, you've not even seen how the dies can be used in combination with the embossing folders as well, that is going to be absolutely next level. I love, love, love the Tree of Life, says Gillian. Love, love both of these, says Jane McGill of Ray. And Shaz's swim, she says, I was at the TLH Aztec pool. It took me 8 sessions, too cold for a sea swim. TLH has that. That's the tool rack in the Carlton Hotel, isn't it? The pool that's inside there. I've been swimming there. Or is that? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I've been swimming there a few times. Not 10K, mind you. Wanda says, those folders are mind-blowing. I wouldn't expect anything less from Sheena. Showstopper ordered. Thank you, Wanda. Our little sandbox says, these embossing folders are so luxurious. Morning, Sensational Sky says, morning, Ben and Craig and all crafters. I must say, I avoid embossing, as every time I try and emboss something, I always think my Gemini is going to break because of the noise it makes. It's scary. The noise is normal, isn't it?
The noise is normal. What we'll say, so a 3D embossing folder, base plate, frosted shim, and your magnetic shim. That's your 3D embossing folder. That is you. So as long as you're doing that, you're going to be absolutely fine. If you are using a 2D embossing folder, Ben, and that also goes for a cut and emboss. So that's got a folder that's got a die attached to it. It's your 2 cutting plates. So 2D embossing folder, 2 cutting plates. 3D embossing folder is, of course, your 1 plate, frosted shim, magnetic shim. As long as you're doing that, don't worry about the noise of your Gemini. It's going to be absolutely fine. It will not break, and you're going to get the most incredible results.
The fish would be perfect if you know anyone who's a Pisces, says Anne. Absolutely. I'll just show you the 2 individual deals for you, for those that want to. And then for Ash, I'll just very quickly again show you, if you want to go for the full showstopper, you can, and what you're going to get. So if you just want to go for the 2 brand new embossing folder and dies, price on your screen there. So it's £20 or $28. There is that fantastic Tree of Life 4x6 in size, 3D of course, and this is what Craig's going to show you how to do next. If you're wondering what's that on that side of the board, that's the die that you can incorporate with the embossing folder to achieve that unbelievable embossed die cut. So there is the stunning Tree of Life. I think I'm getting sort of equal comments when it comes to your favourites as far as the fish or the balance and tranquility is compared to that tree there. And once again, Craig's going to show you in just a few moments how you can achieve this effect that you're seeing on the other side of the board. So if you just want to go for the embossing folders, £20 or $28. But for you, Ash, because I know you were asking, the best value deal for me. So can we just show the showstopper? Because look, £20 or $28 for an extra £4 or $4. Oh, can we go? Sorry, I'm used to like just moving, and Jamie's like there. It's like, oh no, I can't. You're going to get all of this platinum for an extra £4 or $4. So I would say to you, you absolutely need to jump in and grab it. This vintage corner set here, which is absolutely stunning, yeah, $16.99 on its own. So you're going to get that in the bundle. You've also got your Thankful stamp and die set. You've got the 10 sentiments from the Written in Feathers collection. Of course, your 2 brand new embossing folders with the dies. We're going to give you that beautiful ink pad. So that's one of our pearlescent pigment ink pads in the evergreen. Gives you that beautiful shimmer. And then the 2 pens as well. So you've got your tricolour brush pen, which is the reflective pull. So it's obviously 1 pen, but you've got the 3 different colours within that and the beautiful brush nib. And then you've also got your tricolour aqua as well. Again, 1 pen, but 3 different colours. Water soluble there as well. So you can mix and match those colours up, create your own colours. It's just such an amazing bundle. And as I say, platinum, when you consider for an extra £4 or $4, you're getting all of that extra. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm going to tell you to buy the showstopper. I'm just putting it out there. You'll thank me later. Thank you, says Ash. You are welcome. Sensational Sky says, that is great. Very well explained, Craig. And I love these embossing folders, says Melanie D, especially the fish. And we'll pass over to Craig because he's going to show you how to do the emboss on the dies as well. Quick question from Timothy as we go over. He says, sorry if I missed this, but using, say, matte mirror card in an embossing folder, which side to emboss the shiny side?
Right, so we will quickly talk you through that one again. Let me just grab, we've got one to the side here. I think so. Let's just grab. I'm seeing if I've got a little bit of, well, yeah, here we go. I've got silver mirror. I'm not going to cut this, but I will use it to show you. Now, when it comes to images, or certainly your 3D folders, 9 times out of 10, Ben, what you're doing, you want the ray side to be facing upwards.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to be using the deboss side, of course you can absolutely do that. But let's go in and let's take one of the folders, then in a minute we'll use the dies. So going in again, let's just have a little bit of a feel. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to say, well, the raised details on the side with the logo, because sometimes it can differ. So I'm just going to say what you're going to do is open it up and just have a feel. So you will know this side here is the raised detail. So all that detail is facing upwards. And then you've got all of the detail that is then facing downwards. It's debossed inside. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the side that is raised upwards. You're going to take whatever card it is that's got the surface that you want, that also needs to face upwards. Because, as you can imagine, that detail is then going to be pushed upwards. So then, therefore, this front side is going to be kind of like the star of the folder.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you're using, if it's got a coated, if it's got an image side to it, if you're sitting it on that raised side of a folder, it's always that coating side facing upwards.
Right.
So that's the answer to that one.
And just one more, see the questions are coming in now. Don says, question, when I'm cutting or embossing, what can I do to prevent the cut impressions from the bottom plate from embossing onto what I'm doing?
So this goes back to when I was saying before, cut your cardstock either to the size of the folder or just that little bit thinner than the folder. You will find, certainly with the Balance and Tranquility, let's show you within this one, it already gives you a really nice detailed frame here. So Sheena's even designed that little frame all the way around. So you can trim around that outer edge, and that gives you that neat edge, of course. But yeah, to stop that from what's happening to yourself, by the sounds of it, it's because your cardstock's bigger than the folder. That goes for any folder, Ben. Cut your card to either the exact size of your folder, or I would recommend maybe about half, a quarter of an inch smaller.
Okay. Very busy for the showstopper, very busy for the individuals as well. Shall we have a look at these dies then with Craig and see how we can achieve that embossed on the die cut?
Let's do it. Let's go in here. So let's use the fishes to start with here. So I've just got some white card. This isn't Centura Pearl. This is just a white card, and I'm going to tape that one down. Let's go in. Now, of course, if I'm using my large Gemini plates, I could do them both together. What I'm also going to do, Ben, and this is referring back to, of course, what Debbie Robinson will tell you, base plate, dies are usually frosted shim, magnetic and top plate. Yeah. But because it's quite a simplistic die, shape-wise, I'm going to try it without the pressure of that magnetic shim. So run that through. If it's not quite cut, just do it again, but with the magnetic shim. And then if I take that one out, pop that one out, so you can see it has absolutely cut, no problem. So while we're doing the cutting, let's go in with the Tree of Life, and then we're going to die cut that. So as well as my take, come launch day, always remember all the different techniques that you've watched. Everything that you've seen that Sheena's taught you, you're going to be able to do with all of your different folders. So let's run that one through. So yes, so my take, of course, is the inks and the gild and waxes and all of that. We will do colouring, but you know, Sheena in the past has showed you colouring with your aqua pens, water-based pens, all of that, which you're going to be able to do. So let me take that outside away. Always remember as well, look at your waste, because that could then be a stencil. Yeah. I would have maybe done it on a bigger bit of cardstock, and then I could have used that as a stencil, as a backdrop. We could, of course, then do a drop shadow if you want to. You've got lots of options when it comes to the waste. So let's pop that one out here. You've even got the little die detail. So let's pop that out. And then let's start to emboss. So let's go in with Balance and Tranquility. I cannot remember the best way to show it. I think, is it black cardstock? I think it's black that shows it best. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open up. Same thing, Ben, just pretend that this is a full sheet of card. Okay. So that's all you're doing. Same thing goes. You've got your raised detail here. And then what we're doing is I'm just going to match up the right one, because they are different. I know at first glance they might look the same, but they are different, and you can then run them through. My personal preference, and it's only mine, Ben, I like doing them individually. As you can see, you can absolutely do them together,
Yeah.
no problem at all. I prefer to do them individually. So we're going to align this one up, and all that I'm doing is I'm following that outer edge. The alternative is then doing it this way and then following that outer edge of the fish by looking at the front. So see whichever way you prefer. I prefer this way, hence why I emboss one at a time. Because of course I can't physically hold them both and then run them through. So all that I'm doing is I'm looking at the outer edge, I'm following that detail as well, and then once I'm happy that that's into position, this is when we take our base plate, we bring in our magnetic, and then we're going to go in with our frosted shim. Run that one through, and then you've got the same detail, the same depth as that full background panel. The only difference this time is it's on that individual section of the fish.
Here we
and
go.
If I open that one,
boom.
Look at that. So if I turn that one around, and I am going to do the other one.
That's so good, isn't it?
And then we can pop them against the Centura Peril background so you can see. So let's do the other one. So again, you can either lay it over the top or you can go from the front, and then we're looking at the detail. So we're just working it in, and you can see the detail of the fin, the detail of the outer edge, and you're just lining up your cardstock. Once you're happy, just making sure it's not moved, run that through again. And then of course you can do all your inky backgrounds before you do the emboss. You can do them after if you want to. That's entirely up to yourself. You've got options there. And then if I bring that one in again, let's open this one. What you've then got is the second
I can see
one.
It already.
Which even, and this is just white card. This is just our white cardstock that you can see there. And then before we do the tree of life, let's even just show you. Let's go in with a foam pad just to stick them down. We'll do it over the top of the peril so that you can see the difference. So let's add that on. And if you're wanting to, you can use your glue gel. So we work that one in again, just seeing which one is which is there. And then I can go in within that one. So then, if I position that over the top, and this is just white card, Centura Peril, I've not done any inking or anything, but then that's going to, I mean, even that, look at that. I mean, just white card, sorry, I keep saying white card and Peril. I've lost track how many times I've said that. But it gives you the visual of what it looks like with the folder on its own, then die cut it, but then how it looks on top of each other. And then of course, let's do the tree of life. Exactly the same concept, nothing different. You're either going to sit it over the top, or we are going to align it underneath. And if you find you're struggling a little bit, my biggest piece of advice is put a bit of black card underneath.
Good idea, yeah.
So if I do that, sometimes, certainly if you're on a white desk or a white working area, sometimes it's a little bit harder to see, and then you can then just align up. This one here, it really is just the outside edge. Another tip, ignore the little die cut pieces. Don't worry about them. As long as you're lined up on the outer edge, they're going to be lined up. So let's then move that one, bring in our plates, magnetic, frosted, run that one through. We'll do the same. We will stick that on top of the peril backdrop that we've done here. We'll run that one. Even if then, I mean, if there's something about it, even using the die cut on its own and embossing. I mean, isn't it? I'm going to quote Nicola here. That's insane level of detail within the tree of life. Look at that.
Tremendous.
Is that Charlotte walking out now, is it?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say as well, if you make, oh, this one's brilliant. If you make cards as well with the balance and tranquility, they'll make your cards look very sophisticated. Very sophisticated, because it's fish. And there.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Ooh,
There we go.
Sheesh. Yikes.
And then if we pop that one into there, I mean, look at that. It's the detail.
Like you say, even in the white like that just looks incredible. You almost don't need to do anything else, do you?
Really, really is. Yeah, maybe a little block sentiment if you want to, of course. Do you know what would work really well with these is our vellum foiled sentiment. Them. But even on a satin cardstock that you can see within that one, and that one. So you've got choices, Ben. You can use the folder on their own, you can use the die cut, and then of course emboss the die cut if you want to. But when it comes to the actual launch day show later on, we're going to do lots and lots of different techniques to show you how you can then just kind of bring in all of what you've got at home and just enhance the folders.
Very busy for these now. I think 15% of the Showstopper stock has gone. Individually as well, lots of you are shopping for the Balance and Tranquility, shopping for the Tree of Life, equally as popular as each other. And as I said, if there's extras that you want to add into your basket, you know, from the cards that we saw at the top of the show, if it's matte black card, we've got that on the shop today. If it's the Pebeo Gilding Wax, got that on the shop today. Water Active ink pads, got those on the shop today. Everything's there for you to kind of fill up your baskets with all the other extra things that you'll use to be able to make these stand out. And of course, if you go for the Showstopper, again, if you're a Platinum member, for an extra £4 or $4 to receive the Tricolour brush, the Tricolour Aquas, your shimmer ink pad, and all of these other goodies, I mean, it's just got to be the way to go. I can understand if we were saying, oh, an extra £20 to get all this, but it's an extra £4 or $4 if you're Platinum. So I just think that is the must buy today, the Showstopper, and I think the majority of people are doing that. That is why we are at 15% of the Showstopper gone already. And don't forget, it doesn't officially launch until 2 o'clock this afternoon, so you're up early, you've set your alarms, make sure you take advantage. We are going to give you a quick opportunity to get your carts checked out. Don't forget as well on the website, loads more deals as well, including the discounts on our soft craft as well. So do have a look, get your baskets checked out, and we'll come back with some more inspo in about 4 minutes time.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters.
The laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes.
Really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
The personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, we got two comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great. Demonstrators are great.
Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family.
And get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and there could be commercial meetings, there could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different.
Getting early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure all the lights are on. After the last show, we'll need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come in to work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed before I get up in the morning.
Missed your favourite Crafters TV shows this week? Feel like you've missed out on the best crafting deals? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Join us for Second Chance Sunday, your ultimate catch-up on the top 10 deals, demos and must-see moments from the past week. From incredible discounts to inspiring crafting, this is your second chance to grab the best of the best. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Tune in to Second Chance Sunday, only on Crafters TV. Because every crafter deserves a second chance.
Put there,
do know this isn't a real door, don't you?
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty programme today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back, everybody. Good tips, Craig, says Colleen. Always good. Carol G says, great demonstrations and tips. Thank you, Craig. Ruth Mother says, Ben, you are really branching out with those puns, but they just end up being fishy. Lol. Trudy says, I will need to rewatch this and actually take notes. I always say, like, if you're picking up a collection from a particular show, try and like jot down when it was so that you know you can come back to it and your goodies arrive and you can pick up the hints and tips and, you know, recreate the demonstrations that you're going to see as well. And Anne says, I've just picked up I've just looked up Pisces and it turns out that my brother is one. Guess I need those fish. You absolutely bloomin' do. We are all about the embossing as we were yesterday and indeed as we are going to be tonight on Beautiful Beginnings. We have got an embossing starter kit for you, so we thought we'd have a quick little look at that. The price on this again is it's mega really, because if you are Platinum, you're only paying £20 or $28. It's a 65% saving. The value in the bundle is just here. So you've got your antique filigree embossing folder and edgeable die set together, so you're getting the three-piece collection there. That's one item that you'll pay for. And if you love the kind of style of the new embossing folder and dies from Sheila that we've got for you today, it's the same sort of system here with this one, excuse me, which is the woodland foliage. Craig's just fainted because he can't believe the price of this bundle. I know, mate, it's ridiculous. He's just coming to now. You're fine. Don't make a big deal of it. Oh, dear. So yes, you get the woodland foliage 3D embossing folder, 4x6 again, and then this die cut here that you can obviously cut out and then place into your folder, as Craig showed you, to create a beautifully embossed die cut. So those two items there, that is the value of this starter kit. So then it's like for free, we're going to give you the beautiful 3D embossing folder from the Majestic Unicorn collection. That is called Unicorn at Heart. That's free. You're also going to get this, one of my favourite embossing folders of last year from the Vintage Vegas collection. It is the 2D Ace of Spades, the Ace of Spades. You're also going to get blending tool. I can't believe, were these here or have I just picked these up from another bundle? These are in it. Round blending tool with replacement head. You're going to get your water reactive dyes, so that is your crushed velvet. You are going to get in the opaque pigment, the rusty jade, and you're also going to get a lemon tonic. So 2 of our water reactives and 1 of our pigment ink pads as well. That's all free. And you're going to get one of our embossing boards as well. This one is, so that creates like a little, what do you call it? Like a popcorny bucket thing, doesn't it? And on this side, like a little, in fact there is a little what box? Like a lunch box, yeah. You've got little kissy lips there as well, which is super cute. And what we think potentially is like a Poirot moustache. But all of that, there's the box, do you see, that you've eaten all the popcorn. He had a full box of popcorn there at the start of the show. Never offered me one kernel. He spilt it when he fell over. That's what I've just said.
Keep an eye on social. That's going to be a social filming.
That's what he has when he goes to the pics to see all of his horror flicks. You see, he takes his own.
I want to see that. Oh, it's the underwater one. The guy gets trapped underwater.
Oh, that freaks me out. What, in the swimming pool?
No, he's out to sea. I think they're divers.
How does he get trapped in the sea?
Well, I can't remember exactly the concept, whether his air tank runs out and he gets
like
trapped and caught or something like that. But yeah, I want to go and see that one.
Is that out now, is it?
Yes, it's out now.
What's it called?
Well, if I knew what it was called and I remembered what it was called, I would have told you what it was called.
I'm going to Google it. Let me have a quick... actually, let me do that. Are you going to... Oh, now he's Googling it.
I'm just going into the Odeon app.
I reckon it's called Trapped Underwater.
Trapped Underwater. It's definitely not called that. It's called, funny enough, Last Breath.
Ah.
Last Breath. Woody Harrelson's in it.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
I love Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he's in it.
Maybe we should have another cinema trip together.
I think we should, yeah.
Last trip we had, we went and saw Thanksgiving, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, you were a bit, especially the oven scene.
I was a bit like this. And Craig was like that.
I was like that.
He was loving it. Loving it.
Love it.
What can you tell us or show us very quickly, because we've only got 10 minutes left from this in Boston Starter Kit?
Yeah, and do you know what? I'm not purposely going to drop Jake in it, but I am. How many tape runners do you think that we need in this place? A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Jake for refills of the straight tape runner. No, we've got more than that, Nicola, but he's just brought me one.
But maybe he's just thinking, like, just
one.
use one at a time, you know, so that we're not going to get all of them, like, mixed up. Maybe that's the new sort of Jake rules.
Well, that's it. See, when Tracy moves department, then, you know,
Jake's
it's a different story. Jake's watching the pennies.
Yeah.
Right, let's do a quick bit of a demo using, of course, the unicorn at heart. We're going to be using the actual unicorn collection in Beautiful Beginnings tonight, so stay tuned. But this, Ben, it's just our white card. Remember our shimmer ink pads that came with Arabian Nights?
Oh, yeah, yes.
That's those. All that I've done is I've just done a swatch right across. So it didn't blend, I'd put my ink pad over the top and then just swiped across. Don't worry about cross-contaminating your colours on the ink pad. Your yellow, if you get the purple or red on it, what to do is just on a bit of scrap. Just, of course, do another swatch until that colour's off. But those 6 colours are from the Arabian Nights. And then let's go in with our 3D folder here. And as we explained before, have a little bit of a feel. So this side is the raised detail. So let's pop our cardstock into place here. And then we're going to close it. Let's go in with our base plate, frosted and magnetic, and then run that one through too. If you're using the MIDI, of course, it just goes straight through the MIDI, although I do what Sarah was showing you yesterday, and I tend to put in a shimmer cardstock just to enhance it that little bit more. Don't have to, but you can if you want.
Ooh, love it.
And then what we've got, so we've got those kind of rays of colour on the back. Now, I know it's not silver that we've got on the show today, and you could use silver.
We have got, it's on the shop today.
The silver one?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I've just seen the 2 golds.
We've got 3 golds and the silver.
Ah, even better.
It's on Beautiful Beginnings later on. Well, it was on my poll.
Ah, but yeah, yours is out of date. It's time to change.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, that's sold out since yesterday because we had it yesterday.
That's right. Yeah.
Blame Sarah.
Blame Sarah.
Oh, boo. So what am I scrubbing off my list then? What? We can only get what?
Well,
oh, that's a disappointment.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gosh, all of you at home that are taking advantage of all of our deals, how dare you?
Yeah, how
dare you? How very dare you? But what I'm doing here is I am just using the silver because my finished one does happen to be silver. And we'll talk you through Gilded Wax later on. I know Sarah was talking you through yesterday and she explained how really good way to get the nice coverage is with your finger. So we'll go through over that again later on, but just going in with the silver, with the Gilded Wax, and then just start to lift that one up. It's a nice way, if you want something a little bit different, Ben, from your block cardstock or your pattern paper and your white card, use your ink pads to do something like that, and then it can look something like that when it's dried.
beautiful.
And even, Ben, if you just do a simple matte and layer onto a card blank with a sentiment, and that is all that you need to do. Having fun with your inks.
Brilliant stuff, and we'll be seeing that in more detail a little bit later on tonight. Beautiful beginnings. Do get your questions in as well for that. We are hoping that you will be firing loads of questions in, ready for Essentials Corner at the end of the show. Obviously, we're going to be concentrating on the Majestic Unicorn collection and the embossing starter kit, but you know, you can ask questions about pretty much anything that you are stuck with, any crafty conundrums, get them fired in. So the embossing starter kit, again, just to show you, you're getting your Sweet Treats board included in there. Also, your 3 ink pads, so your opaque in the Frosty Jade, great for doing your blending, your heat embossing with, and then we're giving you 2 water reactive ink pads as well. So you've got the crushed velvet and then the lemon tonic, 2 really, really popular colours as far as our ink pads are concerned. Blending brush included too, so we're giving you one of our round blending brushes with the replacement head. You're also going to get 2 brilliant embossing folders. As far as the Las Vegas collection was concerned, this is just amazing. The Ace of Spades, that's a 2D, and then you've got your 3D embossing folder that Craig just used in that quick little demo there, which is your Majestic Unicorn. Now, essentially, all of that is free within that bundle, because the only 2 items that you'll be paying for with that £20.28 price tag is the Woodland Foliage 3D embossing folder and die set, and then you've got your Antique Filigree embossing folder and die set as well. So you pay for those 2, you get everything else for free. Nice little sort of stash craft room builder, if you like, and then also if you are looking to get into embossing, you've got everything you need, and we'll give you loads of hints, tips and tuition during Beautiful Beginnings a little bit later on. Still very busy for the brand new collection as well. We are approaching 20% of the stock gone there, the 8-piece Showstopper collection. It's your 2 new 3D embossing folder and die set, which you guys are absolutely loving. So you've got your Balance and Tranquility and your Tree of Life. And then for an extra £4 or $4, if you are a Platinum member, you get everything else that you're seeing there right now. It's incredible value. You're getting one of our tricolour aqua markers in the Garden Majesty. You're going to get the beautiful reflective pool in the tricolour brush or alcohol marker. You've also got the shimmer ink pad there as well in the evergreen. You've got more embossing folders. You've got the Written in Feathers sentiment, a beautiful frame set as well, just down here. The value for money is incredible. Look at the price you should be paying, £70 almost, or $94. It is £24 Platinum, $32, but beware, as I say, that we are approaching 20% of the Showstopper already gone, and it doesn't officially launch for another hour and 3 minutes. And we'll be back with the launch, Craig, won't we, in just over an hour. You've got demos lined up, but again, you're very happy to kind of wing it, as you would say, if people want to see particular demos or they've got requests.
Absolutely, yeah, but we'll do specific demos to really showcase the folders and the dies, but then what we can do is we can work around that. If there is anything specific that you want to see, want me to cover, you can then of course do that, no problem at all. But with the joyous thing about these ones is you've got different versatility. You can use the folder on their own, or then you can use the die cut, and then of course do the embossing within that die cut.
That's incredible.
That one there, you know, thinking about your aqua pens, what about your aqua pencils? Doing your sketching, your colour blend pencils in there. Do you know what I think would work really well? I mean, look at that one there. It's just absolutely beautiful. Layering up different components. But yeah, the ones that I think would also work really well, certainly with the Balance and Tranquility, is the Colour Bloom.
Incredible.
Colour Bloom ink pads, I think would work well. So yeah, you can make them as bright as you want, you can make them as kind of natural as you want, bringing in the waxes, do your inky backgrounds and then embossing them. You know, really, really simple, but how effective does that look? Just going in with the silver. And then even maybe like your metallic pencils as well. Really, really nice. And of course, you don't even have to use the folder and the die. You could just use the die cut itself and then emboss that, and then that's you done.
Absolutely fan-blooming-tastic. Thank you, Rosalind, who have the final word, saying embossing folders are a great way to use those scraps of paper you thought you messed up. Give them new life once embossed. Take this hour-long opportunity to get all those bits and pieces into your basket. Like I say, Craig and I will be back with the official launch of those brand new folders in an hour's time. And then tonight, live at 5, it is Beautiful Beginnings, where we are, carrying on down that embossing folder route. So, happy shopping. We'll meet you back here in an hour. Until then, thanks for watching.
Toodles.